All right, folks, here I am. I'm ready to play the weekend Pro-Am. I hope I have a better score than I've had the last few weeks. I haven't had, like, disastrous scores, but I'm wanting to get near the top of that list like my friend Roddy was last week at 77%. That's pretty darn good for one tournament. But let's jump in. We're not going to do anything crazy as usual. We're just going to be normal bridge players. And on this first hand, we have a really nice 17 count with a 6-card club suit. I'm just going to open one club and, okay, we'll see where we are on the way back. And we're at the 4 level, but this hand is certainly worthy of a bid in my opinion. The problem is, if we bid 4 clubs, are we convincing? I see, there it is, folks. Real problem over here. If we bid 4 clubs, the robot is going to think that that is like 22 total points. Right, so I've seen this before, and it's pretty brutal. What's double for us here? Double is like 15 to 21 and 3 cards and all the unbid suits. But the problem with that is, like, partner might pick 4 diamonds or 4 hearts, and now we're just playing in like a 4-3 fit at the 4 level where we just want to play clubs at the 4 level. So this is such a weird spot. And I feel like on this board, you could get a reasonable score with any action. This is one of those weird ones where with the robots involved, you don't really know what's best. 4 clubs looks wrong to me just because if the robot's going to think it's 22 total points if I do this, or 20 to 21, I mean, yeah, I guess it could be that if we had a fit. The problem is, you know, partner didn't bid anything over 1 spade. So we can be pretty clear that partner is not going to bid hearts. Would they bid diamonds? Possibly. I don't know. I'm just going to bid 4 clubs. Even though it says 20 to 21, 22 total points. God, if it goes 4 clubs, 5 clubs, I'm just going to be sick. But there might be hands where I could make there. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what happens. And there it is. And I'm sick. Are we making? Okay. I've seen worse. This is pretty good. We actually could make quite a bit here if we're allowed to do so, and it's all going to come down to kind of how the clubs shake out. What was the auction here for their purposes? So left-hand opponent just overcalled 1 spade, and righty jumped to 3 spades, which is their weakish sort of raise here. So this doesn't usually bode too well. The diamond lead looks like it's shortness. Well, we're just hoping we see the queen of clubs, and if it's offside, I think lefty's more likely to have the length at this point, especially if they have short diamonds. Yeah. Good bid, partner. Good bid. And here we had some life anyway, even on any lead here. We just need we need kind of clubs to break evenly, and you know, them to lead a heart at some point, or our side to be able to pitch enough, right? They can always cash a spade, they can always get 1 heart, but they will not get more than that. And here, they're only going to get 1 heart. We're going to take 12 tricks. Low heart to the king. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't know if anything else is in the offering on this hand. Let's take a peek at those results over there. And let me do one other thing as well before we jump to the next board. And here we are, folks. Let's take a look. Could we do anything? Well, certainly not no Trump. Yeah, we will not be able to stop spades whatsoever. Interesting that East bid 3 spades. I kind of agree with them over here. They had 5 spades, which you might think, hey, isn't that a closeout bid? But the rest of their hand is just pretty putrid. They have a 4-card heart suit. They're 2-2 in the minors, so they're as balanced as they can be with this 5-4 shape, at least, without much else, right? So you can understand why they just bid 3. If we doubled, I wonder what would happen, right? I wonder what North would bid. It looks like that's a 4 diamond bid, and now we're deciding what to do. So here with 4 clubs, we don't have the values the robot was expecting, but our shape, especially, our shape opposite no points from partner in spades ended up being pretty good on that hand. So plus 420, well, we'll take that. We'll take that for board number 1. A plus score where we weren't sure what was going to happen when we bid is always a plus. All right, this time we're going to start with a diamond. It's going to go 1 heart, 2 diamonds. And here it's just time to compete, folks. We have nothing else to do. We're not really going to want to be playing any higher than this if we can avoid it. But we're certainly not going to want them to play hearts when we can just continue to bid diamonds. I don't know partner has more than 4, right? In this situation, they only raised to 2. But my shape is such that I don't really think, or at least it didn't look like we had a ton of defense. As it turns out, though, I mean, we still might not have a ton of defense. If the ace of spades is here, they're losing no spades. They're losing a couple of hearts, maybe only one club. So that's a lot of tricks for them. And for us, it's important to just get the trump out. So there's a diamond to the king. Don't give him a club ruff. Okay. Still don't do that. Lead a heart. Yeah, there you go. Good job. Good job. There we go. All right, yeah, it's like at poker, folks. If they want to help you out or make mistakes, just always tell them good fold, or whatever they did, compliment their skills. And we will go down one on this. We lost 2 diamonds, we lost a spade, and we lost, what else do we lose on this? 2 spades, excuse me. we lost good spade lead, by the way. That is a win for them. Notice we're going to play the king always. And we play the king always because we are 2 small opposite king small. So the only time it's right to play the king is when they've underled their ace. And how often do you think the opponents are going to do that in these situations? Well, not supposed to happen ever, and is only going to happen at usually the highest levels that we see. So here, good job by them getting a couple spade tricks off the get-go. And good job by us by just drawing trump as quickly as we can. On this hand, we have that nice long side suit and clubs. We have no problems. We're not roughing anything in the shorthand for sure. It's just get the trump out as quickly as we can so they don't score anything with their small cards. All right, let's see this next one. And I think you guys can just guess when I'm going to open this hand even before I do it. I'm going to open one no trump. I like this 14. It's 5-3-3-2. They're going to bid 2 clubs showing single suited. And here's what I'm going to do. Take a look at this. If I bid 2 spades here, I'm going to show like a maximum. I'm going to understand that they're going to have a bid at this point, right? So now goes 2 clubs past 2 diamonds double. What's that? That's just diamonds. 2 hearts, now I can offer spades, right? And I'm offering spades at kind of a lower level. And look at this, they're bidding this. I think I'm going to bid diamonds now because partner's showing longer diamonds. This is a circuitous auction, but let me give it to you. And let me also give you what I've been denying you for these first 2 boards, and I hate myself for. 1 second, folks. There it is. So there's our contract, 3 diamonds. And let's just take a little peek at what we did on this hand. And I want to explain it in a little bit greater detail. Right-hand opponent here, East, showed a single suited hand with their 2 club bid, right? This is their system they call Cappelletti. And this is a spot where we should know as this player here, the person that opened 1 no trump, that left-hand opponent always bids, right? They always bid something. And in response to that, East makes their call as to what their suit is. And here we should recognize it's unlikely to be spades. And if it is, we'll dodge a bullet by not bidding right away. And here when we delay our bid, this should be kind of a weaker variety or stronger, whichever way you want to actually agree it. But it should make sense that it's just, especially for the robots, when we check it, the weaker version of our spade bid, right? Recognizing when you may have another call is good. But what we saw in between was partner made a lead directing double of diamonds, right? So this 2 diamond bid in response to 2 clubs is part of their system and is also artificial, right? This is not 20 minus total points. And honestly, the robots should do a better job of alerting 2 diamonds. 2 diamonds is just, hey, partner, tell me what your suit is. I'm not bidding diamonds. I just need to know what it is. North showed length in diamonds as a result of that. And then each showed hearts. And then we showed our spades naturally, and partner said, well, I don't want to do that. I'll play clubs. And then my hand here said, well, out of the 2 suits you suggested, clubs and diamonds, let's play diamonds. And that is the end of it, folks. That's how we ended up in 3 diamonds. I would doubt this was the most common auction, but I would guess it's repeated a few times for sure. So let's take a look. This looks like it won't be too bad, especially if we can set spades up. I'm a little upset with my partner, though. They have 3 spades. This is... it's terrible. How do they not actually? I hate the fact they have 3 spades. Sorry, I thought they only. I had the auction obscuring the fact that they only had 2 there. Now they have 3. Okay, whatever. The best we can do. The best we can do. If we open a spade, obviously it's easier, right? So I'm really not liking the fact that I chose to open a no trump and also have this problem in spades. All right, so here, we'll see what happens. Okay, they're going to draw some trump. We'll take it. And trumps are 3-3. Thank you. And now, notice, I don't really have... Wow, look at that, folks. It's amazing. Glad we didn't play spades, partner. You sniffed that one out. Amazing. I'm going to give them a spade if they want to take it, and then I'm going to take 3 more, pitch 2 of those small clubs, and just have a nice day. Right? This is a cool spot. Righty just has a bunch of hearts and was avoiding spades, and we played in our lovely 5-2 diamond fit that happened to break 3-3. It still looks like spades might not have been too terrible, to be honest. But let's take our tricks. Maybe we'll get a little peek at those results over there. And the problem with this hand for me is we're going to see a lot of people open a spade on this with my hand, which means the North player may in fact get a really quick spade raise off with this hand, and they probably should, right? If we decided to open a spade here, which many people will do, this player is going to pass like a shot, right? And now the North player over there will just have to come up with a bid, right? And what are they going to do? They're not going to do anything but bid 2 spades, really. They don't have enough to do anything as far as limit raise, but now East is certain to get in this auction. And the question will be, how high can we compete in spades, and what happens if we play spades on this one? I would say that I'm just happy to be in diamonds, but spades, I suppose, wouldn't be absolutely terrible if you just caught the bad break immediately, right? Interesting. You want to rough a couple hearts and dummy, and if they start drawing trump, they might just give you a trick or 2 as well. So I would say not the most straightforward defense, but also a lot tougher to deal with 5-0 breaks than 3-3 breaks. All right, so here we are on board number 4. 1 club to us. Our partner's a passed hand. Look at this. Wow. On this hand, after partner's a passed hand, practically, I'm just going to bid 4 hearts. I could probably sit here and construct some hands where partner has enough to play slam opposite of, but to be honest, I'm kind of tired. But here it's just the point of my partner has a limited upside to their hand, right? And their limited upside is an opening hand, right? They passed as an opening bidder. So in this case, I'm not really likely missing slams lots of times, and I'm just, game is my limit, and sometimes I'm not going to make a game. And in those times, the opponents might have places to play and plus scores to pursue of their own, right? So here, this is a interesting one. Do we have any entries to dummy opposite or outside of clubs? I say no, unless, I guess, if the opponent's false card in hearts, maybe we would get one, right? And I would mean if I cash ace of hearts and they pitch the 10 and the 8 in each hand, the 7 would develop to a trick, but that's nothing to hope for, folks. The diamond is an entry possibly at some point, but not soon enough to take advantage of. Here, I'm going to play the ace of clubs so that I can cash the queen and pitch a spade right away. Now, that ruff is a loser-on-loser play, but unfortunately, it means we're going down 1. And in this situation, that was possible. Right-hand opponent did open a club, but, I mean, it's 1 club. They don't have to have 5 of them or 6 of them as they did in this case. So here, pretty brutally unlucky that was happening. And also, that we just have 4 losers anyway. So we have the same 4 losers we started with, 2 spades and 2 diamonds. It's just the case that we lost a trump trick instead while pitching one of our spade losers. So we tried it and we lost. And now we might see a club come through. We don't care. We're not. Actually, now we might have an entry to that dummy, but is the 8 of clubs good? No. Too bad. And so at this point, we're just drawing trump. And we have 1 more to go. There it is. And now we're just going to play a diamond. We would love to have seen them hop up with the king and crash into like singleton ace, but they certainly weren't going to help us out with that one, folks. They're too good as the robot. And here we just have to surrender a diamond trick, and the rest is theirs. So interesting. If you didn't bid 4 hearts right away, lefty was going to come in with some spades, and you were probably going to have to compete to some level. But here, I just think that's a reasonably practical bid, especially in a robot tournament. Just to bid your game. If you're not making it, okay. And if you're not, the opponents may have somewhere to play. And look at how quickly our 4 heart arrival kept them out of spades, right? If we were to bid 1 heart, West would just bid 1 spade, guaranteeing at least 5 because they could make a negative double as well. Now East gets to raise spades, and at least they compete. And to be honest, what do they lose in spades? It appears they lose 1 heart, 1 diamond, and 1 club maybe, right? If they get their heart roughs in early. they're going to do pretty decent in that contract, right? So we may have just kept them out of it, and minus 100 is certainly less than the minus 140 that they're destined to take in a situation like this. So I'm interested to see how that 4-heart bid turns out score-wise for us. Here's a hand, folks, that is too strong, in my opinion, to open a no trump, so you open it a spade. And I want to rebid 2 no, but I won't have to. My partner raises to 2 spades. And with this hand, I have a solid 17 and an outside 4-card suit, 2 doubletons, get me to game. I don't want to bring the robots in because all my invites really cause troubles with the robots in here. Even with 2 quick losers and a slow club loser, we're a huge favorite to just be making this. Especially if they do not switch to a club at trick 3 here, which is nice. They did not do that. Great. Here we test trumps because all we have to do is play diamonds at some point. Another situation where the opponents haven't bid anything, so we're just going to play 8 ever, 9 never. What do I mean by that? I mean, if we're missing the queen of a suit and we have 8 or less in that suit and we have a chance to take a finesse, we always take that finesse. If we have 9 or more, we never take that finesse for that queen of trump. All right, so here we are, folks. 10 of diamonds, pitch a little club. And here they're just going to be stubborn with their queen of spades, so we'll just play that. All right. There we go, folks. And that hand was pretty easy for number 5. 4 spades, making 4. And here we wish they had led, we wish so badly that they had led something other than what they did because they got their 2 heart tricks right away. The only diamond pitch that was really going to help us was going to be hearts, and unfortunately they got both of those tricks right away. Can you blame them? King, queen, jack of hearts is kind of hard not to choose a lead of, right? So even with that, though, we make 4. We're happy. I mean, if someone chose to open this a no trump, you would still get to spades. Well, I guess maybe you wouldn't, right? I guess North would pass one no trump or maybe transfer to diamonds. I don't know what the robot's proclivities are in this hand. But yeah, if West doesn't overcall with this shape, you might just see North-South playing one no trump, which that's a loss. Plus 620 is a little better. All right, let's see this next one here. Ooh, kind of a ho-hum 13. Game forced by partner, I believe. Yes, very good. Very good for the robot. Here, just 2 no trump to show our shape and the fact that we can stop those suits. Our partner bids 3 diamonds. I'm just going to get us right back to 3 no. We know it's a best hand tournament, so we're not going anywhere further. And we get a very nice lead, at least as it seems initially, right? We avoided a heart lead, but that club suit is going to have to be played, and we're going to have to lose at least 1 card in that suit, which puts hearts in an interesting spot. So the first thing I would try to do here is I'd count my winners. I have 4 diamonds. I'm going to take 3 spades now because the king of spades was just played here. Just if I went too quickly, there's that first trick, folks. So with the king of spades ace, I have 3 spades. I have 4 diamonds, that's 7, and that's it. I have 7 tricks, and that is not enough yet. So I'm going to have to play for 2 more tricks, and the only suit I'm going to get those in is clubs. The real problem is that heart suit is super, super vulnerable, especially if the ace of hearts is in West's hand. Here we're guessing clubs, and that's the right way to guess here. And, ooh, good. At least they played the 5 of hearts. So now I duck this just in case West wants to give us a little hand. I can pitch a diamond here. And now when we go back and count our winners, by the way, folks, we're going to have the same exact number. Did I didn't. Yeah, good. I was going to say, I didn't do it again. I had this one hand earlier in the week where I could have won with the 7. Look at this. Ace and queen were both bad for us. Terrible. I guess we had to have a bad hand at some point. So now we're in a situation where we kind of have a normal cover. The only time it would be wrong here is if East had 6 hearts and West had just the ace left. And it could certainly be right here if East just had like ace, queen, jack and is just making this weird sort of play. So I think the king is just absolutely automatic. And if West only had a singleton ace anyway, by the way, they would have to lead a different suit. So that's right anyway. As it turns out, they have plenty to play here. And it's our job just to try not to throw away too many losers if we can, right? But we're at their mercy at this point. And here we are. Take their tricks. And now finally we get back in and we are down 3. Did we do anything wrong? And my answer would be, of course not. At least not in my opinion, bidding wise. When we're down 3, we want to just check our bidding usually. Like, did we get too high? Did we do anything crazy? Not from my perspective. And really the big problem here, partner, first of all, made a very good game forcing bid. Right, I would game force with this hand 100% of the time. It's a 6-card suit. It's 11 points, but you also have a diamond fit. So this is not the robot's fault. If you were mad at the robot, perfectly reasonable to do what they did with this hand. We're just getting terribly unlucky. Not only do I have just terrible clubs opposite this holding, give me some points in clubs and we're rolling this thing, right? But both clubs were wrong. The heart position is totally wrong for us. The only thing was right was the spade lead, and that really didn't help us out too much. The club lead would have been pretty nice, but nothing's going to matter because our heart position is just bad, right? But when you see that, give them a chance to help you or at least avoid your king from getting totally crunched. When they led low, or let's say they... in this case, the 8-7 were higher than everything that they could lead. But here, you just want to promote it to left-hand opponents. So now they either have to transport over. And if they can't, now they can't attack clubs or, excuse me, hearts without giving you at least one trick with that king. All right, I hope that's around 50%. Because what else is going to happen here? A diamond, 2 clubs, what are you going to do? I guess if you bid 2 spades... What are you thinking? They're going to bid 3 diamonds, you're going to bid 3 no, right? Maybe they lead a heart in that situation. I don't know. West does have a pretty normal heart lead, so even if they lead a heart, though, the clubs are still wrong. They can still develop their tricks. I can't imagine that being terrible. And look at this, right on schedule. 1 no trump, 16. Cappelletti again, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds. Here we have no bid. We've already opened, and I'm happy to be defending 2 spades. And let's focus on this one, folks. Partner leads the jack of spades. Let's get a lay of the land before we do anything. When left-hand opponent has a single suited hand, it's usually a 6-card suit, but it doesn't always have to be for the robot. And it looks like it shows 10 plus total points, but less than 14. Well, we know it's less than 16 because we were the no trump opener on this one and we have the best hand. So here I see dummy has 8 points. I have 16. So there's 8, there's 16, that's 24. Let's give this player 12, right? That's 36, which means partner has about 4-ish, right? Partner maybe has up to 6, but we already see 1 point coming out of partner's hand, which is actually not too bad for us. It's the jack of spades. And it's a great lead because we see the dummy. What's the player going to try to do? Looks like they're going to try to rough some diamonds. And it looks like they're never going to be able to because we're going to be able to draw trump from this side of the table as well. Ooh, thank you. We'll take that. We'll take that. And now, draw trump. Right? They were definitely going to try to rough diamonds and dummy, and looks like maybe rough clubs in their hand. They'll still be able to rough clubs in their hand, but they are certainly not going to be able to rough diamonds. And they are also, ooh, I don't like when partner does this. Right? They should not be winning that king of hearts, but it looks like it's going to work out okay for us. So notice I'm not drawing trump or anything like that yet. I'm going to try to tap them out of trump, basically. Right? So there goes a spade. And we can't tap them out of everything. They did start with, oh, sorry, they did start with 6. Sorry, we hammered them one more time than I remembered here. So plus 200, it's got to be pretty good, folks. And defending here is very important on this hand especially. On the earlier hand where I opened a no trump with only 14, I had a hand that was 5-4 with ace king 5th of spades. So I bid again because I had a good suit to suggest. Here, I've opened no trump and I have no other suit to suggest, so I'm not in this auction at all. I'm happy to defend 2 spades when I have a 4-card spade holding and a 16 count, and I'm also happy when my awesome partner gets off to that spade lead and cuts down on dummy's roughing power and also some communication back and forth on this end. So cool stuff. Good job, Mr. Robot. And we will look to board 8 and finish hopefully strong here. Nothing out of the ordinary. They open a club. We show, well, I guess we could bid a diamond in this one. Let's do that. Right, we'll bid a diamond, and now we'll look at which of these is which. Natural enforcing and what's 1 spade. This is a good one for your partner. I think I've done this before in this situation. Have this particular auction discussion with partner when you talk about 4th suit forcing. When it goes a club, a diamond, a heart, what does each bid mean? For the robot, 1 spade is simply 4th suit forcing and denies spades, and 2 spades is natural and game forcing as well, and that's what we want to show. We want to show our shape. Partner's going to bid 2 no trump, which is perfectly fine for us. We didn't find a fit, and now we will bid 3 no trump, and we will complete the description of our hand. Let me circle back really quick to tell you why I bid a diamond first and not a spade. When I intend to bid again, meaning I have a hand that's game forcing or at least invitational plus, I can bid my hand naturally. I can bid a diamond first because it's longer, and then when I bid spades later, my partner will know that my diamonds are longer than spades, and in fact, I'm an unbalanced hand. I have 5 diamonds and 4 spades. All right. If I were 4-4, I would just bid a spade automatically no matter what. Or if I only were going to bid 1 time, I would just bypass my diamond suit and bid 1 spade. So take away 2 kings from this hand. Now I just absolutely bypass the diamonds. It goes 1 club, 1 spade, and the auction would proceed from there. All right, folks. Now, look at this. You might think the club lead is bad for us. I like that. We're going to lose 2 clubs, but we have 2 tricks over there. We have a little bit of time to decide what else to develop. So let's see how this plays out for tricks 1 and 2. I would guess they would switch. No, they're going to pump that suit right open. Now the question is, what the heck do we pitch? Everything looks like it could be an extra trick. That's the problem. I hate pitching a spade. If they return a spade, I hate pitching a spade. If they're going to return a heart, I suppose I don't hate returning. I mean, maybe I want them to return a diamond so I can develop tricks in that suit. I don't know. I would guess they're just going to fire a club no matter what I do. So let's just pitch a heart and see what happens. Yeah, okay. What's the field going to do is my question. I'm on the last board here. I don't think I'm having a terrible game. I don't think we've done anything super weird. And I have 2 clubs, 2 diamonds for 4, and 2 spades for 6, and the ace of hearts for 7. I can get extra tricks in hearts. I believe I can get more extra tricks in diamonds, though. And that is why I'm going to pitch 1 spade. And I'm going to play the ace of diamonds. And I'm going to play the 9 of diamonds. I'm going to hope I see an honor. And if I don't, I'm just going to cover it and let it go. And now we will hope we get a break here. I love when they break any other suit, though, because now we have a little finesse ability in that suit. Here we're going to crunch down the king of diamonds. Do we get 2 3-3 breaks in our tournament? And we do not. But it's still trick development time. And now let's either see another spade, which we can take a hook on here if it's right. It's not. And here I just chose the wrong one, folks. I could have taken either a heart finesse or a spade finesse at this point. And I chose the wrong one. Let's hope they're both bad. The king of hearts on the left. Okay, good. Let me show you how I could have made this, though. If I just play hearts, I'm golden, right? Because the king of hearts is doubleton on my left. When I choose to play diamonds, and when I choose to play diamonds the way I did, I think I sealed my fate. Let's see the results first. Let me see my provisional here. Provisional is 60. Okay, I'll take that. And, of course, I limp home with that 30% stinker right there. Interesting. Board 5 was not necessarily great. Let me jump to the results screen, and I'll bring this with us. And here we are on the results screen. And let me just look at this last board. If I just play hearts, we're okay, right? So here's the last board, board number 8. Once they lead a club, and then it goes club, I'll show you. I have to be double dummy making this at this point. Yeah, for sure, right? Because if I just choose, hey, let's not play diamonds right away. Let's just play hearts. It's going to go so much easier for me because now I'm not going to lose 2 diamond tricks because I'm choosing to set up my extra tricks in hearts. And it will go very easily because it'll go low to the ace of hearts. I'm not going to take a finesse with that queen jack. I'm going to play low to the ace and lead low towards the queen and the jack. And I go from 7 tricks, folks, all the way to 9. And then if they start breaking open these suits, spades, diamonds, I love diamonds especially, now we take our extra tricks that way. So here, I am not shocked to get 30% in this. I chose just the wrong way. And I apologize, I didn't really, I didn't give you everything on that hand immediately as was happening. I kind of took the quick finesse before discussing it. I could have slowed down there. But at the end, I'm either choosing whether this player has a spade or this player has the king of hearts over here. And I couldn't have chosen right, which makes me feel a little happy at that point. But 4 spades, number 5, this was bad for us. And I would guess it's bad for us. because of the 1 no trump openers, possibly. If they got to play 3 no trump on this somehow and they missed a spade fit, maybe. But I don't know how they would get to play 3 no trump on this with 5 points in that dummy. So I guess we have a pathway to making 5. I see what it is, folks. The spade finesse, right? So some people played 8 ever, 9 never the wrong way or the opposite way. I would guess the people that got above 47% here, the reason it's a little low is some people took a winning spade finesse, which would have won, right? That would have given you 11 tricks. I wouldn't bet my life on that's what's happening, but it seems like that's what's happening. And this one, I guess people are going down less. And it's especially going to be true, folks, if my hand decides to not bid no trump right after 2 clubs, if they decide to do something else, or maybe this was one of those times where this player just was able to open a club instead. Sometimes the pros, the top pros especially, will flip-flop their minor suit openings as a tricky way to mess with the robots. I've seen this go really bad, and I think Gavin and I have talked about this on the Wednesday morning tournament. It's not recommended, but on this hand, it would probably work out pretty well. The North player would just raise clubs, and maybe you stay out of no trump in this one, which would be okay for you. But I'll take this 60%. Over 50, I'm happy about. 60 is good. The rest of these, the first board, really good, even with that, guess of a call. This one, 4 diamonds down 1. Looks like it was very, very average. I'm not sure what else we would do on this hand other than let them play 3 hearts, which looked like it was going to be okay. Maybe we find a way to... No, there's nothing really happening for us on defense, it didn't look like. So here, that felt like it was okay. Maybe a lot of people just doing the same thing. This was maybe our best score. In fact, it was 87% for 3 diamonds down 1. And as usual, folks, look at what happens. Look at what happens when we defend. 83% just by sitting back and not going crazy and bidding and just sitting back and taking our tricks as well. All right, so on this hand, especially after you get to open a no trump, if you bid again, and if you didn't get punished for it, you just didn't need to bid again, right? You opened 1 no trump and you have nothing else to say. The last board, could have closed a little bit stronger for a bigger score, and that was one of my worst scores. But here I just, took a line and went through it, and it was certainly wrong for me. Heart line, much, much better, and probably safer. But for me, I was looking for kind of a huge win at the end, and maybe the less aggressive line of just bursting open that diamond suit would have done better. Honestly, if I play a diamond to the 9, I'm a hero also. You can play this any way, right? Any way you want. The best way would be double dummy, but you can't get that, especially in this game. All right, folks. I will see you for the next game, which is every weekend, folks. Fridays and Saturdays. Sign up one time, play forever, and see these videos right after you're done live on YouTube. Folks, thanks for joining, and I'll see you next week.